There are times in life when a single act of compassion can truly change a person's life. This is the story of Bianca, a 10-year-old girl who lived on the street, and of Lorenzo, a man whose big heart transformed the destiny of this little soul. This heartwarming story will take you through a journey of desperation, hope, and rebirth. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories like this. Stay with us until the end to discover the twist that changed everything. It was a cold winter morning when Bianca woke up on a cardboard in the heart of the city. Her worn clothes couldn't protect her from the freezing wind, and her stomach rumbled with hunger. He hadn't eaten for 3 days. Bianca, a girl of only 10 years old, was an orphan, after being abused by her aunt, who didn't care about her at all. She had fled to live on the streets, desperately searching for food among the rubbish. His life had become a daily struggle for survival, trying to find a safe shelter and something to eat. As he wandered aimlessly, a delicious scent of hot food caught his attention. Following the smell, he arrived in front of an elegant restaurant. The tables with white tablecloths and the well-dressed diners made her feel even more out of place. But the hunger was too strong. With her heart in her mouth and a faint voice, she entered the restaurant, hoping that someone would take pity on her. Inside, the twinkling lights and crystal chandeliers awed her. He felt the disdainful looks of the diners, but he approached a table anyway. "Please, just a crumb of bread," he whispered. The family sitting at the table looked at her in astonishment. "Put this filth away!" a man shouted. A burly waiter grabbed her and dragged her out, leaving her alone and desperate on the sidewalk. The cold and hunger made her situation unbearable, and for a moment Bianca thought she wouldn't make it. But just then, a black luxury car stopped in front of the restaurant. An elegant man, Lorenzo, got out and noticed Bianca on the sidewalk. Their eyes met for an instant, but that moment was enough. After a few minutes, Lorenzo left the restaurant and approached Bianca, seeing her crying desperately. He picked her up gently and said, "Don't worry, baby. Come with me." Lorenzo took Bianca to his home, a warm and welcoming place. He offered her food and a bed to sleep in. It was the first time in a long time that Bianca felt protected. Lorenzo explained to her that he had had a childhood similar to hers, and that he had been saved by a kind family. Now he wanted to do the same for her. "You don't have to worry anymore, Bianca. You're safe with me now," he told her, offering her a reassuring smile. Bianca woke up in a soft bed, surrounded by luxurious furnishings. She was confused but happy. The scented sheets and warm blanket made her feel like she was in a dream. Lorenzo entered the room with a cup of hot chocolate. "Good morning, Bianca. How are you feeling today?" he asked sweetly. Bianca sipped the chocolate, feeling the heat reach her heart. Lorenzo sat next to her and began to tell her his story. He told her about how he had been adopted by a rich family who had given him a chance at life. "When I saw you, I saw myself again," Lorenzo said. "I want to give you the same chance I was given." Bianca listened attentively, feeling a deep connection with Lorenzo. Tears streamed down her face as she realized how similar their stories were. If you liked the video, leave a comment below and tell us what you would have done in Lorenzo's place. We are curious to know your opinions. Lorenzo decided to officially adopt Bianca, giving her his surname and promising her a better life. Bianca began attending school, making new friends and exploring new passions such as music and dance. Every day was a discovery, a new beginning. Lorenzo supported her in everything, making her feel that she was special and precious. The little girl who once lived on the streets now had a home, a family, and a promising future ahead of her. One day, while Bianca was playing in an old greenhouse in the garden, she found a box hidden under the floor. It was covered in dust and carefully sealed. With trembling hands, he opened the box and discovered that it contained photographs and letters from a woman. The letters told of a past love and the pain of abandonment. Bianca, curious and worried, ran to Lorenzo with the box in her hand. When Lorenzo saw the contents of the box, his face darkened. Those letters were from a woman he had loved deeply and who had abandoned him many years before. This abandonment had profoundly affected him, making him decide that he no longer wanted to have romantic relationships. This is why, despite his wealth, Lorenzo had always been alone. Lorenzo told Bianca about his lost love story and how that pain had led him to close his heart to others. Bianca, listening carefully, understood how difficult it had been for him. That moment of sharing strengthened their bond, making the relationship between the two of them even more special. Lorenzo understood that despite his painful past, he still had the ability to love and care for someone, as he was doing with Bianca. The years passed and Bianca grew up happy and loved. Lorenzo supported her in everything, making her feel that she was special and precious. One day, during a walk, Bianca asked Lorenzo, "Dad, why did you choose me?" Lorenzo smiled and replied, "Because everyone deserves a chance. And you, Bianca, have brought joy into my life like no other." Lorenzo's words filled Bianca's heart with an indescribable warmth. He felt he had finally found his place in the world. If you've made it this far, I invite you to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support helps us tell stories that inspire and touch the heart. Time passed, and Bianca became a young woman, ready to face the world with confidence. Lorenzo looked at her with pride, knowing he had done the right thing. One evening, during a family dinner, Lorenzo said to Bianca, "You have made my life complete. Thank you for choosing me as your father." Bianca replied with tears of joy, "No, Dad, thank you for saving me." Their story proves that a single act of kindness can change a person's destiny, and that love and compassion are the most powerful forces we have. Lorenzo and Bianca continued to live happily, keeping alive the tradition of exploring the garden and discovering new secrets. Every now and then, they thought back to that cold winter morning that brought them together and smiled, knowing that they had transformed their lives through the power of love and kindness. Thus, the story of Bianca and Lorenzo became a legend of hope and redemption, proving that even in the darkest moments, there is always a light that can guide us towards a better future. Thank you, dear friends, for coming so far in our company. Share this video with your loved ones or whoever you think will benefit and inspire you. We salute you and look forward to the next video.